So I realised the other day that I've not talked much about why I created the Sober School and why I wanted to offer something as an alternative to AA, to Alcoholics Anonymous. And it's kind of funny that I've not mentioned it because most of the women I work with have either tried AA and not connected with it at all, or they just knew straight off the bat that that wasn't a route they wanted to explore. They don't want to go to meetings or follow that approach. So let's talk about this. And this video isn't going to be all about demonizing AA. I don't think there's any value in that. And actually, I do believe that anything that helps people quit drinking is a good thing. If you find something in the 12-step approach that resonates and moves you forward, then that's a total win in my mind. However, different things resonate with different people who have different tastes and different needs, and it would be crazy to think that one approach, no matter how well known it is, could work for every person on the planet. My personal experience of AA didn't leave me feeling inspired or helped or motivated or positive. It made me feel as if not drinking was going to be a lifelong battle. I met people in meetings who were 20 years sober but still taking it one day at a time and going to meetings so that they would stay on track. I did not want to sign up to that. I knew if quitting drinking was going to work for me, I needed to figure out a way to stop and feel good about it. I didn't want to rely on willpower or feel deprived for the rest of my life. That just didn't feel like freedom to me. So one of my biggest goals with the Sober School is to show women that alcohol-free living isn't a punishment. It's not something you have to do as a last resort because, you know, you're a bit of a failure and you've messed up and you've got no other option. I see alcohol-free living as a lifestyle upgrade. In fact, it's a bit of a superpower because it makes so many other parts of your life easier and better. I don't spend my time secretly wishing I could drink. I don't miss alcohol at all. And it's not just me that feels that way. If you go to the reviews tab on my website, you'll see tons of videos there from women who feel the same. And if they can make that shift happen, and if someone like me can do this, then you absolutely can do it too. So that's one of the key messages I hope you get from my videos, that alcohol-free living is amazing. It's not a stone in your shoe or a cross to bear, it's an actual upgrade. And you don't have to wait until your drinking is bad enough before you up level. You can do it anytime you like because, hey, it's going to be awesome. There's one other way in which the Sober School is fundamentally different to AA, which is structured around those quite well-known 12 steps. And you can Google them if you want to see, exactly what they are. When you do that, you'll notice that a lot of the language in those 12 steps is around trying to address the things that are wrong with you. And apparently, there's quite a lot. So here are some examples of the steps. Step 5 is admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human the exact nature of our wrongs. Step 6 is we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Defects of character. Just listen to that. It's telling you that something is defective about who you are as a person. Step 7 is humbly ask God to remove our shortcomings. So again, with the failings. This is where my approach alters dramatically. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. Becoming addicted to an addictive substance is pretty damn predictable. And drinking too much doesn't mean that you're weak or broken or defective. Here's why this approach of highlighting all your so-called defects doesn't help. First of all, If shaming and guilting yourself helped you to quit drinking, then you wouldn't be watching this video, you would have already stopped. I suspect that you are already an expert at beating yourself up and hating yourself. I know I was. Self-loathing might push you to act differently for a short time, but in the long run, it can't sustain you. Eventually, you'll start to wonder what the point is, and you'll drink to switch off that self-hatred. Here's the other big problem with that strategy. When your mind is focused on everything that is wrong with you, you miss a huge opportunity to understand what is really going on and understand how the habit got formed in the first place. There's just no space for learning or curiosity or growth. And those three things are vital if you want to feel good about alcohol-free living. I think this is what AA overlooks. If you want to change your relationship with alcohol, ultimately, what you really need to do is learn how to change your response to your emotions. And that is something that most of us just haven't ever been taught to do. No one taught us how to be aware of our thoughts. No one taught us that your thoughts create your feelings and your feelings then drive your actions. Most of us haven't been taught to ask ourselves, okay, what do I really need in this moment? Because a craving for alcohol is nearly always a sign of an unmet need elsewhere in your life. You can totally learn how to do all of that stuff, and this is certainly what I teach people on my course. But can you see how you probably won't ever do any of that learning or growth if you are wrapped up in the shame and judgment of what's wrong with me, I'm so weak and broken. There is nothing wrong with you. We're all just doing the best we can with the tools we have available to us. And most of us have been told for a long time that alcohol is an excellent tool that works in every situation. And when you start to realise that that isn't the case, and actually you'd quite like to change that and find another way of handling life, then I think you should be able to explore that without having to go to meetings or acquire some alcoholic identity or declare yourself as defective. So that's how my approach is different. And if what I've said resonates with you, then check out my online course. The next class starts in July. And certainly scroll down and leave me a comment so I can hear what you're thinking about this. And I'm wishing you a really great week ahead.